is going on in our modern day society that we're not sleeping good enough that's impacting our brain?
Well, we have to understand, first of all, the pathophysiology of Alzheimer's disease. So we know in these neurodegenerative diseases, okay, neurodegenerative, so they build up over time. More often than not, you're getting diagnosed with your first symptom of Alzheimer's disease around 65 years old. And the first sign is episodic memory. That is the first thing that starts to go. What you did that day, somebody's name, somebody that you met, that short-term memory, that's the first thing to go. And then you actually get diagnosed at about 70 years old with the disease. And this is an accumulation of amyloid beta, which is a protein. I'm not going to call it a toxic protein. I'm just going to call it a protein in the brain that we all have that aggregates, it clumps together over time, and it eventually leads to neuron cell death. So this is a long progression. It starts around 25 years old, 30 years old. So the things that we're doing from our 30s impact how our brain will survive at age 70 onwards. Sleep is so fundamentally important for many reasons. One is, and we'll talk about the different sleep stages, but sleep is where you can repair your brain. You have to think of your brain. It is an organ, but it's also like a muscle fundamentally. We need to rest our body, right? In order for our muscles to grow, regenerate, we need to rest them. We need to hydrate them. We need to fuel them. That's what sleep does for your brain. And sadly, we're going through an epidemic of sleep deprivation, which is classified as 6 hours or less. Now, I live in New York. You probably look around you. Most people are sleeping around 6 hours or less. That's just due to the busy city life. But during sleep, we go through different stages. And the most important stages are deep, slow wave sleep, which is your stage 3 sleep. Then we go into REM sleep, and that's stage 4. And both serve very, very, very important factors for the brain. Because during deep, slow wave sleep, and you can see this on an MRI and an fMRI, right? A functional imaging machine. Your brain, we have different types of cells. You've got glial cells, which are immunity cells for the brain. We've got neurons. We've got many different other cells. But these glial cells, right? They come from the Greek word glue. It's because they stick and bind to neurons. And what happens during deep, slow wave sleep is they shrink in size. And then when they shrink, there's the passageway. It allows for the passage of the cerebral spinal fluid in your brain to flush and clean out all of the debris, all of the toxins that are built up throughout the day. Amyloid beta. You've got tau, another toxic protein in the brain that builds up and aggregates, that kills cells. You've got environmental toxins that build up during the day. All of these toxins build up during the day, and it's just a natural process of humans. But that's why we sleep. We sleep to replenish the brain. So if we're not getting into deep sleep, deep slow wave sleep, we're not getting the activation of the glymphatic system. So we're not able to clear out the debris. So what happens over time? It's like compound interest, okay? We don't clean it out one night. It may not do any harm. But if we don't clean it out 2-3 days a week, and that compounds over the course of 10, 20, 30 years, what happens? It's like waste products just build up. The garbage, you've got to throw